What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Oh, That's Random Podcast. I am your host, that guy, Nerdy G. Listen, this is the podcast where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. 3 things I need you to do. First things first, hey, like, subscribe, and share this post. Share this video. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family. Share it with your coworkers that you don't like. Let them hear it out, okay? Listen, this is a network, okay? This is not just a YouTube channel. This is a network. We're building things over here. We're going to have our own. We got big plans over here, okay? So listen, the best way to help us out, not only by like, subscribing, and sharing, but on the screen right now, you see some nerdy merch. Get that nerdy merch, right? Help us continue to put out these shows that we have. We have Snack Time with Nerdy. We have Brunch Chicks. We have the Red Cup Edition. We have CPT reviews. We got the Nerdy Gaming, which they're doing their thing. They're bringing all of that content. Listen, there's something here for everybody. Nerdy's umbrella is I'm going to just say it that way. I'm not going to say it at all, but Nerdy Umbrella is more than just content. Let me say it that way. That's the best way for me to say it. Nerdy's Umbrella is more than just content. But if you feel like it, please do support the network, like I said, and we'll get into it. Listen, today I do have something, y'all clicked on the thumbnail. Y'all already know what it is. Am I with the stuff? At times I am. Listen, I got a shirt on right now. It's called Passing Over Opportunities Repeatedly, a.k.a. poor. Listen, nobody has to pass over opportunities repeatedly. Listen, take charge of your life. Make it what you want it to make it, right? But listen, I'm finna play y'all something because we got to get right into this. I'm finna play y'all something. This is a conversation that I've touched on a tad bit. When I say a tad bit, that means I mentioned it and got the heck out of there. That's what happened. I mentioned it, got the heck out of there. Mentioned it, got the heck out of there. But I feel comfortable and confident today to have this conversation. I'm not going to keep you for a long time. I'm going to keep you for a good time. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So.
And you don't even, you getting rid of it. Like, you don't even want the responsibility. Okay. And we are rewarding women for terminating their pregnancy and then calling a man a deadbeat.
Talk about it.
So if the father doesn't want the baby, by law, he's forced to be responsible for the baby for 18 years. They make him pay child support. They'll put him in jail. They'll take his license, everything, if he doesn't want the baby. But if the mother doesn't want the baby, she gets to terminate the baby and get a pat on the back. And they call the father the deadbeat. But you the deadbeat. Mama, not the daddy. You deaded the beat. You stopped the heartbeat. You're the deadbeat, not the man.
Facts. I'm gonna stop it right there. So, it's gonna sound like I'm getting aggressive with this, but I'm not. The woman was speaking facts. I love it when women speak facts. I love it when women talk and say the unpopular thing because they know in their mind, listen, we all know something ain't right. When it's not right, you make it right. Listen, you can't get your egg fertilized, okay? You can't get your egg fertilized without a man. A man cannot fertilize an egg without a woman. Consent. That's big right there. Consent. Both of y'all got to have consent, okay? Y'all in this thing together. We know in some situations don't happen that way. But what I'm saying is, if it takes two people to make a baby. We know that. What's the difference from me going to a sperm bank, donating my sperm, and then a woman buys that sperm? I have no attachment to that child, and I have no legal obligations to that child whatsoever. That's a decision that woman made to go have a baby and keep the baby. But in today, America, the world, if you know the man and you and the man were physically intimate and he fertilized your egg and he doesn't want anything to do with it, just like she said, at that point, he's forced. But let's just say the man wanted to keep the baby, but the woman didn't want to keep the baby. And she, like she said, she did it to beat. Boom. Asked out. Not my decision. Her body, her choice. Cool. My money, my choice. I choose not to want to have a child at this time because of where I'm at in my life. But because I don't want to have this child, the word forced, I'm being forced to pay child support. I'm being forced to be not so much as a presence, because they don't care about the presence of you being in the child's life, but I'm financially tied to this child for the next 18 years because I knew the woman And because we had relations, I fertilized the egg. I explained to her that I'm not ready to be a father, but because of the law is going to step in and say, nah, player. But she can abort the mission, get a pat on the back. Now, we both off the hook, but what if I wanted it? What if I wanted the baby? What if I wanted the baby? Half of that is mine. Half of that is my DNA. Half of it belongs to me. I feel like I should have some say. I get it. It's your body. You're carrying it. But you don't get the downside of a person who is telling you that they're not ready, a person who's telling you that they're not financially stable to raise a child, but you keep the baby. And because that person no longer wants to be with you, they're angry, they're upset. They move, they y'all split. Now, he told you he's already financially not in the place to take care of a child. You put him on child support. You're putting him further in debt. Of course, you don't care because that ain't your problem, right? It is your problem because now the hate that's going to stem from that person is going to be carried on because there are going to be conversations, there are going to be kids around, there are going to be people around, and they're going to continue to carry that. So now they're upset. Where my daddy at? Why I don't know who my daddy is? Why my daddy don't like? Well, that's a whole different type of trauma. What are you going to tell you? Your daddy didn't want you? What do you think that does to a child? What do you think that does to a child? Your daddy didn't want you. I can't believe it. My daddy didn't want me. Why my daddy don't want me? Now this kid growing up with daddy issues because he's looking for somebody to call a father. Not everybody's gonna have a great male to step into their life. Not everybody have great stepfathers. We know that. You're creating trauma for a human being that you wanted to keep. And you're creating trauma for an adult man or a man who said, I was not ready for this. I told you I'm not ready for this. But now you're affecting two people, but also you're going to affect yourself too. Self-affliction is a thing. So now 3 people are traumatized, not only because of the decision that you made as a woman to say, I want to keep this baby, right? But if you say you abort it, it's cool, right? You get the pat on the back. But let's just say he's not financially able. So now this man, like she said, they take your driver's license, they take your passport, they put a lien on your car if you own one. You can't go nowhere, right? They call you deadbeat. They put your picture up on there, and then let's just say he started getting a job, and they wanted to do one of those roundups, and his face popped up there. His company in Texas, since Texas is an at-will state, Texas will say, "Hey, you know what? Deuces." The company can say deuces, and it could be because of that, and nobody. And if they don't have to tell you. They just deuces. That's crazy. That is crazy. You're setting up for a person to be behind. It's bad enough that we already have to work hard as we have to just get to a piece of comfort in life. And I'm not talking about one specific ethnic group. I'm not talking about just black, white, green, purple, Asian, Blasian, whatever you want to call it. I'm just talking about in general as people. It's not glorified in other ethnic groups or it's not put on Main Street. Let me say it that way. It's not put on Main Street as much as it is in the black community. In the black community, it's on Front Street. The whites, zip. Spanish, zip. Asians, I wish you would. I wish you would talk about some house business. I wish you would put the house business out there on the internet for the whole wide world web. I wish you would. And they don't even say that. They just be looking. They say all of that with just a straight look, and it's understood. It's understood. The black folks, we don't talk about it. There's some bullspit. Clearly, I don't know if y'all could tell, the woman who was saying it, she was black. She was black. The understanding is it's a trickle-down effect. I've talked about child support on here multiple times. Child support is not meant to keep happy families together. It's not. It is to make sure that y'all are at each other's throats. What's the main stressors in the world? One is money. If you don't got the money, if you're struggling, you're depressed, you're trying to figure a way out to get more money. You got some people out there, once you get more money, yo, let's go get that modification. Yeah, let's go get that modification. Yeah, I heard he got a $10,000 raise. I need some extra money. Okay, I need that. I need my cut of that. That's crazy. That all that's gonna do is make that man upset with that woman. There's gonna cause some friction, some unwanted friction between him and his child, if he's in the child's life. That's something. Not saying that all women do that, because they don't. You know what I'm saying? Wonderful. There are wonderful baby mothers, or now what I'm hearing the new term is queen of the children, whatever that term is. Sure. She's the baby's mother. Okay, she's my child's mother. Okay, if you don't want to be the baby's mother, because the child does grow up, that baby does grow up to be a child, and my kid's mother, my son's mother, my daughter's mother, right? Or you just call them by their damn name. Okay, just call them by the name. Yeah, that's such. But it's to keep you at each other's throats, because if she goes and get that modification, and they out of that 10. They give her 20. That's 8 for you. Another 2 for her. She's getting that, and you feeling it. You feeling that strain. You was already feeling that strain what she was getting before. My whole deal is this. There's, in some instances, depending on what it is that your child does, because it seems like, what do you put towards your own child? Is it up to the father to bankroll everything that the child does, as far as when it comes to extracurricular activities? Because we know that's not the case. We know that's not the case. Then we got to ask, how much money do you spend on a child monthly? When you look at how much money you truly spend on a child monthly, some of the numbers of the child support is ridiculous. And we're talking normal people. Some people are paying $600 per child a month. $600 a month per child. We're not talking about keeping up with the Joneses. We're not talking about keeping them in the latest Fear God, God Essentials, Department Gallery. We're not talking about We're not talking about keeping them in the latest, freshest flyers, Crocs, Jordans, Asics, New Balance, whatever they're wearing out there. They said, keep them clothed, keep them fed, make sure they go to school. If you want to go out there and buy them all this designer stuff, you do that with your money. You do that with yours, because not every person is savvy when it comes to money, right? There are some people who have bukus of bread and go bankrupt and go broke all the time because they don't know how to manage their money. So if the mother doesn't know how to manage the money, no matter how much money I send over there, if I send over there $600 for one child, if I send her $600 for 1 month for a child, and that child ain't in no extracurricular activities, and then she holler about she needs some more money, brother, please. Sister, please. What are you talking about? What is this kid sits on this tablet all dang on day and don't do nada. Ain't no football, ain't no basketball, ain't no soccer, ain't no tennis, ain't no golf, ain't no robotics class, ain't no cooking, ain't no going, let's try to do somebody's hair, ain't none of that. So what am I giving you extra money for? To keep this kid clothed. So if I give you $300 and you come with your $300, that's $600 right there. $600 on a kid a month that's not in any extracurricular activity is ludicrous to me, because what are you doing? You're not buying this kid clothes every single month. You're not. Most of these kids have to wear freaking uniforms. You're not taking them nowhere with you on the weekends because you so ready to go run and do brunch with your homegirls and whatnot. Come on. Come on now. What we talking? What we talking, ladies and gentlemen? We talking that when it comes to this, there does need to be another conversation. This whole, even with them, hey, we making abortion illegal. You make abortion illegal, you're basically what you're doing. You're just you're reinforcing that these people are going to be at each other's throats. If I'm at my baby mama's throat because I didn't want to have this kid, but now I'm pissed off because I have to sit here and I have to take care of this kid. Or like for me, I cannot not be in my kid's life. That's me. That's just me. I cannot not be in my kid's life. And it's for those people who do that, it's a struggle. It is truly a struggle. It is, I got to find a way. I got to make sure I get this money. I got to make sure I do this. If the baby mama, if she's working with you, then you're good. I ain't gonna say you're good. It eases the pressure. It eases up some of that pressure, but you still got to get it. Long as you got to get it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't ready. She's not making this difficult for me. I don't have to argue with her. We have an understanding. I come and get my kid. The child support is there. Anything extra that she may need, which is not every month, which is not every 2 months, which hell ain't even been can't tell you the last time. Motherfuckers say, hey, I need a little extra. Never. The fact is, they got their part. You have your part. Y'all put the two together. Y'all mash it. Y'all make it happen. That's that. That's it. That's an ideal, but that ain't cool. We don't want that. We don't want that. The government don't want that. No, I need y'all to be at each other's throats so much that y'all can't focus on actually going and get the bag. Because if y'all are keeping up with this drama, this is taking you away from actually reaching your potential or being whatever it is that you want to be in life and creating something where you have generational wealth. I know I don't like that word, but just think about it. If we took all of the drama out of our life and we actually focused on what was important to us and we had not all the tools, just some, just a few. Just imagine what we can do. Just imagine what we can do. They love the fact that we go to the clubs. They love the fact that we love to spend our money on designer shit. Think about it. If you don't spend your money on designer shit, right? Just think about how much more money you can have. Think about what you can do with it. Think about the resources that you can do to go. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody, some people are just meant to work for other people, and they work for other people and they have wonderful lives. Because you know what? They go to work, they get a check, they come home and they have fun with their family. There's no stress there. There's no stress there. There's a whole group of people, all ethnic groups. They're happy with going to work, making their wage, coming home, being able to fish with their kids on the weekend, being able to have the family to come over or for a barbecue weekend. They got everybody got their little hobby. One of the kids may be in football or soccer or whatever sport activity it is, and they're chilling. They're not upset. They're not trying to be at the top of the mountain. They're not trying to, hey, I make good enough money. My partner makes a good enough amount of money. We have fun. We go to football games. We go to basketball games. We go on vacations. We're not strapped to drama, and we're not strapped to the fact that, oh my God, somebody's trying to hold me down, or, oh, I got to pay all of this over here because this person decided to keep this child that I didn't want, and I told them I wasn't financially ready now and still here, and now I hate this chick and I don't really want to deal with her. Now the family dynamics look as off and as weird or whatever the case may be. But those people who don't have to deal with that, two income household, right? 2 income household. Some people got 3, some people got 4 because they got their parents living with them and their parents still working or their parents still getting a damn check, and it works. So now you can focus on having fun. You can focus on making sure that your kids try every single damn activity that is known to man. Hell, you want to go pole vault? Go pole vault. You want to throw rocks and discs? Go do that. You want to you want to build robotics? Let's do that. We have the money and we have the wherewithal. We got Google at our fingertips. We Google, we find somewhere that's close by. If it's a reasonable price, because we're not tied down financially to somebody that's pissing us off about, oh, the money going over here, X, Y, and Z, then yeah, there we go. It works. So now your kid has more opportunities. The more opportunities you give a person to be able to find themselves, the better person that you create coming after us. So now they know what they like. Now they tried this. They're not scared to try anything. So now when you have more people trying different things and not just staying in their little, being a hermit crab, just imagine what the world could be after that. It's going to take some years for that to happen, but just imagine. But if the government is right there telling you, no, child support, no, yeah, fuck that modification, raise that shit up, no, he just got to raise, get his ass again. You're going to put stress on him. Some people are like, oh, you could just be bigger than that. Easier said than done. Took me a while. It took me a while. I had to realize and I had to understand some shit. It took me a while. When I say it took me a while, I'm talking maybe 2 or 3 years before I said, hey, once it go over there, it's over there. Ain't nothing I can do about it. But you can't come and ask me for more. And if you can't come and ask me for more, and when you try to come and ask me for more and I tell you no, and you upset, now what you do in that rage and what you do and how you talk about me in front of my child, that's a whole different trauma. That's a whole different thing. That when you're bad mouthing me to your family members and my child is around, then we got some issues. Because now my child looking at me like, yo, what the world? Right. Don't badmouth me because I didn't give you what you wanted. You have an obligation to be that child's mother as well. You have an obligation to provide for your child as well. I can provide for my child when he's with me. I can send you child support money. And when I send you the child support money and I provide for my child when he's with me, shouldn't you be doing the same thing? I don't give a shit about the days. I don't give a shit about the days. You can say, oh, I got him 5 days out the week. I got him 5. So, what that mean? You got him 5 days out the week, so? Your 5 days that you have him, most likely during the school week. 8 of those hours, that month is at school. And you're not there to pick him up from school, and you're not there to take him to school. So that's 10 hours out of your day. I'm just going to take 10 hours out of your day that you're not around that child. There's only, 10 hours out the day that you're not around that child. And let's throw another 8 because we know like kids like to get their 8 hours, 10 hours of sleep. So that means 4 hours possible that you're spending with your child, and maybe not even that. When you break it down and see how much time you actually spend with your kids, because you need some you time too. Don't forget, you need some you time. You may spend 2 hours a day with your children, Monday through Friday. There's a possibility that you're only spending that amount of time. When they go take a bath, you're not in there with them. When they go to bed, you're not in there with them. When they're in there doing their homework, you're not in there with them. Dinner table, hopefully y'all eating at the dinner table together. And ain't nobody sitting at the table for 2 hours. Nope, they're not doing that shit. We still want to go watch a little TV before they go to bed. Hey, so you at the dinner table, you probably got 30 minutes max, maybe. And if y'all sitting in front of a TV or something like that, that don't count because hello. You're sitting in front of a TV. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all not talking to each other. Y'all not communicating with each other. So therefore, once again, if that's your lifestyle, then why must I send the money over here for something, but neither here nor there. I told you I was going to keep y'all for a good time, not a long time, but listen, this has been, That's Random, the podcast where we take a little time to explore the extraordinary and ordinary. Just like that. Listen, shout out to them for bringing that back up. Like I said, I felt more comfortable. I felt more confident doing this. Listen, if you made it to this far in the show, thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you for kicking it with me. Listen, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and do all of those good old things. Keep this pushing. We're going to keep exploring the extraordinary over here at That's Random Podcast. And please do go check out the Patreon. Links all in the description. Until next time, I am your guy. That guy always will be your guy, Nerdy G.